This is Monty with Bill Brothers, starting my digital inspection. Today we're at a property in the El Cajon area, and what we're looking at here is a 3-tab asphalt shingle roof. And you can see just right off the bat here, there is a ton of damage on here. You can see all these shingle tabs that have been lifted up due to weathering, right? And anytime that these lift up, they expose these nail heads. And any exposed nail head that we see is a leak. Especially here on the ridge caps, you can see just the amount of granule loss on the ridge caps. The reason why this happens is because over time those oils begin to evaporate underneath the sun, and then eventually those granules start to fall off, and this greatly affects the waterproofing capability of the roof. And we can see more exposed nails all along the ridge cap. We see the same thing around the flashings on the penetrations. So ideally these would be sealed up and covered with mastic, but in this case these are completely open and these are actually lifted up. So if we have a big gust of wind with rain, that's going to go right underneath these. Another thing to point out is the mastic around the penetrations. These seals are actually broken. So again, that's another opportunity for water to get through. For ventilation, we have dormer vents. This allows the hot air to escape. And on a new roofing project, we are actually going to replace these with low profile O'Hagan vents. I don't see any examples nearby. It looks like there's a lot of dormers in this area, but that's ideally what we would change. Again, you can see just the amount of damage to this 3-tab all throughout this roof. A lot of granule loss, a lot of weathering on this stuff. So it's very clear that this roof has gone past its life expectancy and is in need of a new one. Now, we're an Owens Corning preferred contractor, so we get that awesome 50-year product warranty with a new Owens Corning roof. And what we want to do is tear this down to the wood decking, address any rotten wood that needs to get replaced. That gets done on a discovery basis. We can't determine the amount of wood that needs to get replaced on a roofing project until we actually tear that old stuff off. We want to upgrade the underlayment, put new titanium UDL underlayment, and put the new Owens Corning shingles on top, the cool rated ones to be exact. And this roof is actually a good candidate for a ridge vent. It has a nice long ridge line, so we could actually turn this entire ridge line into exhaust ventilation, so it helps the roof breathe. And that is all. Thank you. Okay, now we're on the detached parking garage, and this has torch down on it, and we can see here the amount of weathering on this product, especially around the edges. You can see how far back the edges have actually pulled. We see some mastic repair on quite a few parts, especially on the corners here. Those are the most prone to failing. We do have a little bit of ponding water right here, and then we have quite a bit of pine needle from the tree right here that tends to collect. But you can see just the amount of wear and tear on this section as well. We have a ton of granules that have collected up here. And you can see how these edges are actually pulled up a little bit. So water's gonna have no problem getting up and under there. And these seams as well, the bleed out has completely eroded away. So another opportunity for water to get up and underneath. So what we're gonna recommend for this roof is also replacing along with the main house. And what we wanna use on this one is TPO. TPO is a synthetic material. It's used on a lot of commercial buildings. It has a nice reflective white color. And it is absolutely superior at keeping water out long term. So that's what I would recommend. And it's also mechanically fastened and acts as one single membrane. So I'll get this out. Thank you.